My position is called Assistant Provost for Student Success and Retention. So my role as far as coming to the dialogue series is so that I can learn more about the campus community, so that in my role as wanting to retain students, be able to share with them the wonderful experiences that they can have on a campus such as Frostburg State University, and be able to provide that in a first-hand way by collaborating with my colleagues and various stakeholders in the community to be able to do that in an effective way. My experience, I've found that people have really been welcoming. I've been here for nearly 2 years. It'll be 2 years in January. So I've spent time going and visiting places such as this bookstore. I've been here, as well as I've gone to visit a couple of churches in the area, and as well had time just to, even if I'm with students or with other faculty and staff, just going into some of the neighboring areas and visiting restaurants and so forth. So those experiences have allowed me to not just meet the people, but to know what the community is like. So again, I can share with people based on firsthand experience, opposed to what I've heard is something that I've actually been a part of. My experience with the dialogue series has been, I would say, one that has been gratifying for both me as well as, I believe, for those that I have participated in the dialogue series with. There are many of us who've come for a variety of reasons and have come for multiple times. And by coming multiple times, you get to learn more about individuals and more about their experiences, but also you get to establish those relationships that is really a part of what you're hoping to accomplish by being there on these numerous occasions. So I believe that I have experienced things that I would not have experienced had I not been coming to the series. Something that I have learned by being a part of the dialogue series is that there seems to have been a gap in the discussions that have been happening between the institution as well as the community, and I don't know if that was for any fault of anyone, other than sometimes when people change positions or when someone leaves an institution, something that someone had as part of their responsibility has not been taken on by someone else. And one thing that I would like to learn more about is that they talked about having, I'm going to call it what I believe it was called, but like a town-gown relationship, some type of a council that was established in the past, that it appears that there will eventually be a resurgence of that. And many of the people who were participants in the past seem to really have gained much from that, or felt as though it was beneficial for not just the people that consider themselves natives of Frostburg, but also for the faculty, staff, and administration of the institution. And building that level of collaboration and continuing it is something that I believe will be fostered by the dialogue series, because many people have continuously stated they feel as though this is something that is missing, and they would hope to be able to continue in the future. I think that as the times have progressed, and as I stated, my feeling about the communication as the dialogue series has continuously been going on for now, I guess, a year and a half, and I believe I've gone to all but one of the dialogue series. I think that the issue around the communication and how it has improved has been that each time it seems like tensions are less. And I think that's because, just as humans, once we feel that we're being heard, people begin to be more relaxed. And also, it's been very clear that this is a confidential conversation, a confidential dialogue, and that once people begin to be reassured that in fact they can share something that may not be popular, but it is their feeling, and everyone has a right to their own feelings and their own perceptions of things, because that's our reality. But if you know that you can share that in an open dialogue about being chastised, but someone respecting you for your opinions and valuing what your thought process is, and then giving their opinion, that's what a dialogue is all about. And I think that as time has progressed, people are beginning to see that you can come and you can share your points of view. You can be a native, or you can be someone who just recently came to this community, and when you come as a new person, you learn something, you learn the history, but as a person who's been here for years, you get to share the history and you feel valued about that. And I think that the blend of the two has made it a successful series. What I've learned about conflict resolution, as well as the process of resolving conflict, is that it is important for all parties, all stakeholders to be at the table. And I also believe that it's important for everyone to be upfront about what is fair, in terms of what is fair to say, but also the importance of what the ground rules are, and how we need to give everyone that is coming to the table that time as well as that respect to share where they are, because if we believe in the process, we recognize that we have to value where everyone is. And looking at it from a diverse perspective, we have people who will come who are older, who are younger, who are various socioeconomic levels. We have students who are on financial aid, to people who are business people and investors and have properties that they're renting out. And then you have folks who are coming from various ethnic and racial backgrounds. And when you can come to the table and see one another's perspectives, and then be able to share what your thoughts are about issues that can be hard-hitting from time to time. And what I mean by hard-hitting, meaning that they can cause some level of emotion for whoever is discussing it, but understanding that it's okay to feel that, but it is also just as important to respect the differences in all of those who are coming to the table. The outcomes that I've seen from the series is, for one, it is to each time I've seen a different set of people coming. We have repeaters, but then we have people who come for the first time. And those who come for the first time are always sharing their gratitude for whoever told them about this series, thanking them for the opportunity to be a part of the series. So I believe that over time, and some of the successes, if you will, or the positive outcomes, has been that as a community, we started off and we saw that there are other places within the United States, within the world, if you will, that are dealing with conflict. We're no different than anyone else, but we are making a stance, or we're taking a stance to say that we can be better for whatever it is that we're having to deal with. We're beyond just being status quo. We want to move forward, and we want to find ways that we can build bridges with the institution as well as with the community, so that everyone can live happily, because everyone is bringing something to the table. The community is sharing their historical place here with those who are coming as students, or well as faculty and administrators. And the faculty and administrators and the students, they are a part of an institution that is growing, but without both working together, none can be successful. Because really, if you look at it, each one needs the other. And if we can find ways that we can build those bridges and have those conversations and have the town gown communication, then the success will continue. We can have a variety of different benchmarks in terms of what works and what we believe is important to achieve initially. The first step was just beginning a dialogue, and then the future steps, it's, for whoever comes to those particular dialogues to set those standards and to set the bar even higher as we progress.